Picking up on our video series here of losing body fat, looking better. Now we talked about tracking, we talked about healthier food choices. What do we need from our macros in order to support fat loss? Excuse me. Well, one, we have to have protein in adequate supply to retain our muscle and to even build some. Remember, we are after fat loss, not just weight loss. So keeping muscle on the body is extremely important. We need carbs. They are not our enemy. They provide us with physical energy, which will help produce better workout results. They give us daily energy in our everyday lives, but also the mental energy. We all have work, relationships, projects, maybe school, family stuff. If we cut out carbs completely, a lot of not great things begin to happen. And then there's fats. And fats are higher in calories, yes, but we need fats. They help keep our health right and things like our hormones working properly. There's a lot of things tied with nutrients that we take for granted, and too low of fats can cause problems that we do not want. So, how many calories should we be eating, or should I be eating? Well, let's go back to video number 1. We asked to track for 2 weeks. From that, let's just say that my average across all those days for a 175-pound person was 2,800 calories. Use 2,800 calories as your number, your benchmark for the time being. Remember, in video 2, we talked about incorporating healthier food choices. So we have a target, and now we're shooting for healthier food choices. We're combining those two things now, okay? So how much of each macro do we need, okay? Well, optimum protein intake is going to be about roughly 1 gram per pound of body weight. This is a good idea for most people looking for the best and optimal results, which means if I weigh 175, I am shooting for 175 grams of protein, lean quality protein, throughout the totality of my day, okay? Next, let's jump to your fat intake, okay? Let's talk about first what is too low, okay? I know they come with higher calories, but consuming less than your current body weight times 0.3 is pushing it too low. That gets into hormonal and health metrics that could be detrimental, especially if done for long periods of time, okay? So body weight times 0.3 is the bare minimum of fat intake. And a good range for, and I say most people, this is a relative example, is body weight times 0.3 to body weight times 0.5, somewhere in there. So I'll do the math for you. A 175 person has the fat range in a day of 53 grams to about 90 grams per day. Remember, that is a loose target, okay? Let's talk about carb intake. Super simple. We're gonna just do some math, okay? So, backing up, and stay with me, we have 175 grams of protein. Now, protein is 4 calories per gram. So calories, we have 175 times 4 is 700 calories here. Fat, we'll go with the 90 grams, the higher end, which was body weight times 0.5. That's where we got the 90. Now, fat is 9 calories per gram. It's more caloric. So 90 times 0.9 90 times 9 is 810 calories from fat. So let's do some simple math and addition. 700 calories from protein plus 810 calories from fat equals 1,510 calories. Now, remember, we had 2,800 total calories. Let's subtract the 1,510, which was the protein and fat, from the 2,800. This equals 1,290, which is the calories we're going to get from our carbs. And there are 4 calories per gram in carbs. So 1,290 divided by 4 is 322 grams of carbs per day for this person. If you need to, rewind the video to go back to the math and write that stuff down because it's super helpful to understand that stuff, okay? Now, the biggest thing that I can tell you once you're here is just begin eating to about 80% full or satisfied. Coming off our last video, we're transitioning to eating mostly healthy foods, which means less processed food or junk food. And when we make that transition to mostly healthy foods, our ability to eat that much may just not be there. We may get full really fast because healthier foods are really filling. So shoot for your target. Shoot for your target through healthier food choices. And quick disclaimer, if some days you come up short, that's totally fine, okay? So example, let's say my target's 2,800 and I get 2,300 and I'm full for the day. That's great. And let's say some days I'm hungrier and I get to 2,600 or 2,700. That's great, okay? We're building new improved behaviors and they will take time, okay? Just keep tracking and aim to hit your protein, body weight per gram. That's the most important. Fats at about half your body weight in grams to that 0.3, and let carbs just fill the difference of your total calories. That's it, okay? Calories will matter more a little bit later, okay? But this is a great jumping off leaping pad. And these changes will be huge for most people, causing a lot of fat loss over time, okay? Over time, doing it the right way. And remember, it is okay if you cannot eat as much healthy food as you were eating junk or processed food or whatever that looked like before, okay? Totally normal. Eat until you are satisfied, and you'll be eating plenty. People can go from the eating more, like I'm going to gain more, and what happens is they end up losing fat. So in closing this video, a couple quick tips and reminders. Eat your protein in body weight. Mission number 1. Fat, 0.3 to 0.5 per pound, and this can fluctuate on days, and you can have whatever ratio of carbs to fit that difference, okay? That's a personal preference. As long as your daily calories are approximately the same, you're good to go, okay? So now we have the macros. We've been tracking and we're continuing to track our food, okay? Building some consistency. In the next video, we're gonna talk about meal size and the number of meals in a day. Take care.